Hi everyone, good evening. Welcome to my series on how to crack a project management exam, PMP or a Prince 2 exam in first attempt. Today we will be discussing the topic how to use agile methodology or lean methodology while studying. So let's have a look at it. Now, once you have access to PMP BOK, which is the Bible which is provided by PMI and has all the syllabus covered in it. Usually, what people do is they will go for a printed version, or else they will use the PDF file and they will start reading this book. Instead of that, it is better you get a print of this PMP book, or else you photocopy it. Why it is necessary is because it has certain advantages as far as agile methodology is concerned. Now this is the my print for PM book. If you see, this is chapter 10, which has like around 15 to 20 pages of print. This is the next chapter, and so on. I have around 10 chapters which I have printed and stapled over here with me. Now, how does this help? At a given point of time, I will only take this first chapter, and I will now, this is chapter number 10. If you see, I will consider only this booklet which has around 10 to 15 pages, and I will try to read and complete this book lesson one at a time. Usually what I have seen is if you hold the entire fat book in your hand and it is difficult to digest or understand it, what happens is people have a target of completing this entire book, and which might be around like 4 to 6 months down the line, which is same as your waterfall project, and it has its own disadvantages. Therefore, it is advisable to have, as people say that you have to be agile, you have to be quick and fast, and you have to focus on small targets at a time. You have to have a print or a photocopy of PMP, and take it chapter wise. And even if you have a book, you have bought a book, try to remove those pages and staple it and have it with you as a copy. uh, Again, I'm not saying use any unauthorized copy or something like that. I had taken a copy of my authorized copy and I have preserved it with me, only for the simplicity of studying one chapter at a time. Now, this helps you because you only have these 15 or 20 pages to focus on. And again, it's all a mental game. If you have a smaller target to achieve, your focus is more, and the more you come nearer towards the end of this task of completing one chapter at a time, it helps you to improve your productivity and it builds your confidence that, okay, I have finished one chapter at a time. So it is all playing with your mind, and completing the small task at a time. Now, once you have completed reading this entire chapter or a couple of pages from this chapter of one subtopic you have completed from this chapter, what you need to do is you need to maintain a notebook. Now, this is my notebook which I had used, and note down the important points or notes in this notebook. So this chapter might have like 15 to 20 pages, but all you need to do is you note down or identify those important points and write it down in this notebook, which will sum up to around 2 to 3 pages. So at the end of reading this book, what will happen is you will be having all those important points from that particular chapter summarized in this book in 2 to 3 pages. So next time when you have finished all the chapters and you want to revise all the chapters, let's say 10 or 12 chapters once again, all you need to do is not to go through these 10 or 15 pages. You just need to go through these 2 or 3 pages per chapter, understand what you have noted down in your own words, and it will be a quicker task. And again, it will be a revision also, because first time you are reading it from the PM book, the second time when again you're reading it from the PM book and noting it down in this book, so it is the second revision. And the third time when you're revising it, you're reading this book to quickly go through all the important notes, it will be the third revision, and so on. Again the third revision and so on becomes quicker and more agile, because you have noted down only those important points. And it also helps, like, if you're traveling to some other place, or some for some work purpose or some personal work, you can carry this book and keep on revising it during your travel. And might be if you are staying in a hotel or something like that. So having notes of your whatever you have revised from the PM book or Rita Mulche helps a lot as far as your solving questions and other things are concerned. Again, when you are noting down these notes, if you see I have blurted it down, but you should always leave a line between two notes. And the notes should be written in such a way that they are easily readable the next time you read it. If there are any important formulas or points etc highlighted, add stars and other things next to it, so that these are all these quick reminders to rehearse those things the next time. So these things do help, and these matter a lot as far as preparing for the questions and other things are concerned. So once you have finished all the chapters, then follow the same process for Rita Mulke also. I had read PM book and Rita Mulke both, and then gone through various question papers etc. And then appeared for the exam. If you feel there are few other books as well which you need to refer, you can definitely refer. But please follow the same approach, which is nothing but go chapter wise, complete one lesson at a time or chapter at a time. And once you are completed a significant section of the chapter, or you have completed the section or the chapter, note down the notes in one book, and always refer to this notebook whenever you are preparing for the exam, or even if whenever you are preparing for an interview for after you become PMP certified, rather than brushing up your fundamentals from this PM book. It is better to brush up your fundamentals while preparing for the exam from this notebook, because this is a short and sweet Bible for all that what you have understood. At the same time, nowadays, I mean, when I had appeared for the PMP exam, there were not many audio books or offline video sessions which were available on various technology platforms, learning technology platforms. Nowadays, there are many audio books which are available, or videos which are available, which take you through these various training material. So what I will recommend is that you download this material, and while you are working, let's say you are doing some task which requires only you to do some mundane task, like prepare a report which you do on might be monthly basis or weekly basis, and you know what needs to be done. In that case, where you don't need too much of your attention to complete a particular task, what you can do is you can play these audio books or video sessions simultaneously while you're working on your personal mobile phone, or it might be a tab, and listen to it. Now, what happens when you are parallel processing? There are advantages and disadvantages of it. While you are doing a particular mundane task, you will be simultaneously listening to these videos as well. At the same time, you will be working. So you will be adding additional 1 hour of your study while you are working. But remember this, because you are doing parallel processing, the efficiency will not be as much of understanding the content which is there in the video. It might be around 50%. Still you are at on profitable side. You have gained significant amount of advantage, because when you're rereading the chapter from PMBOK, let's say you would have taken 1 hour to complete to read this chapter. Because you have already listened to this audio book, it will take you might be 50% less time, or might be 30% of the time as what you would have taken to read that chapter from scratch. So try to use this parallel processing wherever it is possible while you're working or commuting to work. Listen to these audio books or offline videos or online videos which are available on various learning platforms, and try to utilize maximum amount of time in the day wherever it is possible. Again, I'm not saying stop working, or dedicate your office hours to only studying PMP. All I'm saying is that when you're doing a mundane task which doesn't require too much of dedication or concentration, simultaneously many people hear to Bollywood songs or some movie songs or some pop songs. Instead of that, you hear to these audio books and utilize your time for studying PMP or Prince 2 certification exam preparation. The next topic which we will be covering is on how to when to practice questions, which we will see in the next week. Thank you. Bye.